What's going on, people? This is Black in Vegas, and I actually wanted to make this video just to talk about my experience about moving here to Vegas. I've been here for about a week and a half now, and it's been pretty easy. It's been an easy transition. I'm not going to make this video long. I just wanted to talk about my experiences, what it's like coming here, um, and it pretty much exactly how easy it could be for some people. Now, I'll give you the background. I didn't come here with any money or anything like that. I actually am in the middle of doing something different with my life, just changing some things around. Nothing too terrible, but I just had to make a move, and it was like a really last minute move that I did on Sunday or last week, week before last or something like that. Um, and what I ended up doing is I got on the Greyhound bus. I had like $300 on me or something like that. I knew I was going to get a little bit of more money coming in, but that's what decided was. Let's just say I had about $1,500 total. Okay, let's just throw a number out there. Let's just say $1,500. Moving to Vegas, $1,500. Boom. That, maybe we'll call a video of that or something. Um, Anyways, what ended up happening is I took the Greyhound. It was like 250 bucks. Boom, I'm already down. So I was like, well, whatever. I'll figure it out. So the immediate first thing I did, because the Greyhound takes so long, it was about a 36-hour ride, and then actually I got bumped because uh, the, there was one place where we stopped, and it took hours. We ended up staying overnight. Then I ended up missing one of the buses one time, so it was a crazy thing. So it actually, my trip was actually a little bit longer. Let's just say a whole 48 hours, which was pretty cool. It was pretty beneficial. Actually, yeah, it was exactly 48 hours. It was pretty beneficial for me because it gave me time to do what I was doing. And now, what I did was on the way here, the very first things that I started to do were put out Craigslist ads because two things that worry people about the most. Well, to move anywhere from one place to another, anytime you relocate, you're thinking about a place to live and you're thinking about jobs, getting some work, getting some employment. But usually it's just it's getting a place to live. So my options that I wanted to keep open for myself was staying in weeklies or finding a roommate situation. So it's very hard, very difficult to look for the weeklies that you want when you're not in Vegas. I found that out while looking online away from Vegas, and if you don't know the names of the places or anything like that, it just becomes a little bit more difficult. On top of the daily rate changes. It all depends on what they got going on and stuff like that, and you start paying for your weekly based on the day you arrive. So your rate could be different than the next person's rate. Um, and it could be dependent on the manager too. I'm not sure. I ended up not having to get a weekly, and what I did is I got on Craigslist and I put out a lot of ads. Not a lot of ads. I put out about two or three ads for roommates. But then also at the same time, I was diligent as far as hitting up other people and seeing what their roommate situations were looking like. Now, I'm not a fan of living with other people and things like that, but I know I wanted to get something quick, and I know I didn't want to have to pay a lot of money. The benefit in getting a roommate in Vegas um, is that you're able to uh, you're able to get something quick. You're usually dealing with people who may have some bills or something to pay, which it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. For the most part, it can be good. But then another thing about this town is there's a lot of scheming going on. We'll get into that in some other videos later. But I actually will say my experience as far as getting a roommate. I have a roommate right now. I'm in a roommate situation. It's a fully furnished condo. It's close to the strip. Uh, it's got the pool and it's got all that other stuff, gym. Um, which is cool. I pay 650 a month, and my room is furnished. You know, it came with the bed. It came with a little sitting area and all that. So it worked out well for me. A lot of people, when they're getting in and coming in and taking weeklies, they're thinking it might be $800 or something like that for the month, but it's really closer to 11 to $1,200. You know, the taxes go up and all kinds of things go up. So it's about 11 to $1,200 a month, which is actually higher than having an apartment in itself. But the problem is, it's the weekly. They know you know, it's a temporary thing, and you might not be able to get that apartment because maybe you don't have the job experience yet, and you're just so new to Vegas, and so there are other things that you have to. So people stay in weeklies for a long time, and they stay in uh, in other cheaper apartments until they're able to get on their feet for long periods of time, months at a time, if that's something that works for you. The thing with those is they are normally in the hood, the extended stays, these budget suites and emerald suites and things like that. They're in some very shady areas, is what they call it, you know. But it's in the hood. It's not. I mean, as long as you close your door and get the heck up out of there, you'd be all right. Now, another thing I didn't come with, as you can see, I didn't come with a car either. So I thought that was going to be a big concern. So I made sure for in my ads or the things I was looking for, it was going to be close to the strip. I put myself at a limit of what I was willing to pay. Actually, I didn't want to pay this much, but I will tell you why I ended up paying this much and why it was beneficial for me. So I have been to Vegas before, and I had been to uh, live in Vegas for a very brief time about 2 summers ago, in 2017. And I moved in with someone who said, "Oh, you know, you can come in and your rent will be $400," and it was a nice place. It wasn't furnished, and it was a female. I took her up on an offer, and it was all good for the first week, but they are her and her family are from North Las Vegas, and at first it was just me and her at the house, and then she brought all her cousins over all of the time, and they were just staying over there all the time, not paying for anything, and I'm just there, and I already paid my part. So I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to worry about this, I'm not going to worry about that. Then she came because you know, these all of my fees were supposed to be included, utilities and all of that. So it sounded like a good deal, too good to be true, right? Well, it was. Uh, I eventually ended up having to put some more money towards keeping lights on or putting this out or that or whatever the case. And I stayed there for a couple of months, and it ended up costing me more than $400 a month. I don't know how much I've shelled out altogether. You know, just being a nice person and helping out, but thinking things were cool, and they were kind of cool for the most part. But it had a lot to do with her family. Um, so I left that situation and I actually moved back to California. You know, stay for another 2 years, and then I said, oh, you know what? Actually, I kind of want to go back to Vegas. So this is what I did. I came back, and then when I first got here, I didn't say. I left Sunday. I got here Tuesday, and when I got here Tuesday, I had already been in contact with someone about a roommate situation, and everything was going well. Met the person, seen the place, all this kind of stuff. Put this deposit down for about $300, and then they just disappeared. When I say disappeared, I mean like off the face of the planet, gone. Haven't heard from them since. You know, I'm pretty sure they still live out here, and they're probably still doing the same schemery. And I don't know. They'll probably change it up every time. And it seemed, again, too good to be true. I think at the time they wanted something like $450. So that brings me to my point. Why am I paying $650? Well, I know that it's something that's reasonable and something that people will pass up for whatever reason, not having the funds, and the person that's providing the place wasn't gonna. If you have it, you know, there's not a lot of mincing of words. If you have the money to handle your expenses, like I said, I would run into a roommate situation. Try to find one around that's at least more than $500. Um, but don't try to do it too big because you're out here trying to save money or whatever the case. But do try to find yourself a roommate situation. 9 times out of 10, they know more about the area. They know more about how the expenses are in the place that you're in, and they can help you out with a lot of different things that you may not know. For instance, my roommate is an Uber driver. As a matter of fact, full disclosure, my roommate is actually an older Russian lady, and it's we get along perfectly fine. She's gone most of the day. I leave when I leave. There's no so I have my own separate room. We have a huge common area, and we don't ever use it really. She comes in to eat, and then she goes and does Uber. I come in, I'll do some work here, here and there, and then I'll go out, and then I'll go network with other people or do whatever I have to do. And it just works out well. When we see each other, we talk to each other. It's all cordial. It's all great. As long as I have my money, they're fine, and as long as I have my privacy for the most part, as well as being able to navigate freely, yeah, I'm fine. And so I have been fine, and that's where I'm at right now. I think this video is a little bit too long, but that's just a quick video on my journey as far as moving to Vegas with no money and the best way to go about doing it. Let me know what you did. Are you moving to Vegas soon? Did you just move here? How was your experience? If you are planning on moving out here, tell me what kind of plans did you have as far as securing your own place or getting some work done. And I'll try to put out some more videos along the way. Like I said, I'm new here, so maybe my journey will help somebody else's on their journey, and then we can all go and grow and build from that. And I'm black in Vegas, and if you black in Vegas too, we might as well link up because you know what? We need a bigger community out here. So I'll holler at you guys on the next one.